What's up, YouTube? We are back again, and we are at the house, and it's actually very late here. It's about a quarter to one here at the house. I usually move around the house very late, just because various reasons. Either I have insomnia, or I'm just walking around the house and making sure that everybody is okay and sleeping well and stuff, especially the young ones. Uh, it's a work week. It's actually the 2nd of September, so Labor Day was just the other day, and I often just move around the house at night. So I figured I shoot a little video. So in August, the beginning of August, I shot a video about budget EDC knives. And so I figured, nearly 1 month later, why don't I follow up from that video and present to you guys a video about my budget lights that I like to carry and why I like them. Some I carry them for specific reasons, but others I just really like. And so just to kick it off with the lights that I like. Let's see here. I have uh, the what is it? The Slim Mini. Now, this is the Nebo Slim Mini. I usually carry this. This is my work light. You see how slim profile that is, especially you can really see it from far away. And I keep this inside of my pocket. And at the end of the video, I will show you just kind of how bright these lights are, using my basement as a reference because at night my basement is very dark and creepy. So I'll just use these. I'll use my basement as reference and show you how bright these lights are. But this is the Slim Mini. I take this to work. This is my work uh, flashlight. Um, this flashlight, I like it because it's very slim in the pocket, doesn't take up a lot of real estate. It's chargeable. It has I've been carrying it for a while. It has a magnet that usually goes there, but the magnet has came out over time. And there's, just a little bit of wear and tear on it, but it works good. It's a low setting. It's been a pretty decent light. I actually used this light the longest that I've ever used it since I got it. I think I used it at work and I had it on for about an hour, and it held true. It's a chargeable flashlight. Just has a little clip on the back, and I just like the slim profile. The next light that I have is the Bushnell Pro, one of the lights that I've also had for a couple years, and I kind of have a thing for pin lights. I really like them, and it's not kicking off a lot of lumens. I think it's like 200 something odd lumens on this flashlight. It's very rugged, but the only reason I carry a second flashlight with me every day, this one stays and lives inside of my bag that I take to work, my duffel bag that I take to work, is because this is a chargeable uh this is a chargeable flashlight. If something were to ever happen, we talk about survival and things, and we talk about get home bags and stuff. Without a way to know how much charge you have on a rechargeable flashlight, it's always a good thing to keep a flashlight that accepts batteries. And so this takes two AAA batteries, the Bushnell Pro. It's a very rugged, waterproof light. Um, I like the design on this thing. I've dropped this thing plenty of times, and it's held its own. But surprisingly, this is not the toughest light that I have in the lineup. So I have 7 lights here that I'm going to show you. This is just number 2, and so let's move on. Uh, This is the Nebo Mini Larry. Now, the Mini Larry is, I kind of like it moderately. The main feature that I got the Mini Larry for was when we have storms here and things like that during storm season. Often in my area, it'll knock the power out, or something will happen. And the light on the side, I think, plays a good role. And it has a magnet over the top, and it plays a good role in a directional work light. And so I'm able to activate the light in the front there, and then of course the light on the side. This light gets light use, fairly light use. That's why it's still in decent shape. But so far as directional work, if you wanted to take something like this to work to use, depending on what you do, if you're an electrician and you usually work around electrical boxes, something that you can utilize the magnet on the back of this light and stick it to for directional aim. So far as your beam is concerned, then this is a good option. Definitely. Uh, this one I just recently got. This is one of those Yimeo lights, and I like it because once you activate it here, it lets you know. Unlike most of the lights, I'm not sure if it can focus in. I think that's about 70%. So this has the indicator on it. Then when you press and you hold, then it goes to warm light, and then you have your settings. So I believe that that's low, or actually it's medium, high, and then low. So that's low. That's the lowest. So also, when it comes to light, I'm a big stickler of um, the settings. I think that all flashlights should go from the lowest setting to the medium setting to the high setting. I never think that a flashlight should go super high, medium, low. I think it should go low, medium, high. And the reason that I think it should go low, medium, high is because, if you're in an emergency situation, you can always click 3 times and get to high. But if you would like to utilize your flashlight to be inconspicuous, then you obviously want low, medium, high. And I'll get to that soon with probably one of my favorite flashlights in this lineup because of that reason. But it also has the clip on there. The clip is multifunctional. You can clip it on your belt, but then also you're able to utilize this and clip it on your hat. Uh, I think it's a nice added feature, but I do think that this light is a little bit robust for a use on a baseball cap because it does have a significant amount of weight. Also, another reason why I like this light is because of the directional beam. I know we talked about the Mini Larry and how the Mini Larry has the directional beam, but this one also has the red light for a low light setting. So when I'm moving around the house early in the morning, if I have to go to the gym or if I'm looking for something inside the house, I like to be able to utilize a red light so I don't disturb others in the house and I can move around and find the things that I need. I mean, the majority of us, if like I know, uh, a lot of bright light will wake up people in the house, maybe even sooner than you want them to be woken up. And so I like the red light for that purpose right there. Moving on down, we got 4 down, 3 to go. Is the Kodiak Cub. This is the shortest budget light that I have in my lineup. Is the Kodiak Cub, and I like the Kodiak Cub because you can press it as many times as you like, but until you multi-press this light and actually activate it, then this thing will not turn on inside your pocket. It does have that nice magnetic charging port on it, but then when you click it like this, you see how it went ahead and activated. So now the light is activated. Okay, it's in awake mode. So you turn that on. And then here with the Kodiak Cub, you have a turbo mode. So that's super bright, but you hold and the turbo mode turns on. Now, what I don't like about the turbo mode is I wish that it stayed on. It doesn't. I think the turbo mode stays activated for about 30 seconds, and then it dims down to the bright mode, and then you can kind of go through all of your functions at that point. So that's low. Oh, see, that's medium, and then that's low. So that's what I don't like. I don't like high, medium, low. I think it should go low, medium, high because again, if you're trying to use your flashlight in a capacity where you do not want that mushroom, that mushroom that you get on the wall where the plume is so big that a person down the hall can see whether or not you turned on a flashlight. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to, I feel as if you don't want to make people aware unless you're intentionally trying to make people aware that you just turned a flashlight on. And so I like the Kodiak Cub because that's the smallest light in the lineup. Now, this is the Energizer hard case flashlight. I do not think the Energizer makes these anymore, but I like this simply because, well, the press to on is super quiet. You cannot hear me actuating this button whatsoever, and I don't have to actually click it in order for you to hear it. I can just hold and activate the light. So if you listen, you're not hearing anything like you would if I click something like like this. So you hear that clicking if you're able to, but this you don't hear it. So this is just a simple function light on and off. It doesn't go through a whole bunch of settings. It doesn't go high, low, medium, medium, low, high, or anything like that. It's just a very simple light. And this is the light inside, this is the budget light inside of my lineup that if I drop this thing from a story plus, I have confidence that I can go down to wherever I dropped it and it's still going to be on. It's still going to be functional. It's going to be okay. I actually did a very old video of one of these things where I tied it to a Kubota and I drove it through a rock yard and the bottom cap came off, the battery came out. But once I found the bottom cap and the battery, this thing turned right back on. And these are just great flashlights. These are very great little flashlights. Again, I don't think that they make them anymore, so I've been holding on to this thing as a prized possession. The last light that I have is probably one of the favorite lights that I have in the lineup, and that is the Through Night Archer. The reason that I say this is the best one inside the lineup is because uh, there's only maybe one or two things that I would change or add to this light, but it it's it's doing what I want a light to do, and that's why I say it's the best one in the lineup. And the only reason why I say it's the best one in the lineup because once you hit this tail cap and it's the press to on, then it starts low, medium, high. So you turn this light on, that's it. That's all you get. Now the rest of these lights, once I shine the rest of these lights, when I shine the light at the phone, my face disappeared because it's just so bright initially turning on. This, I turn it on and you can still see my face. With a light like this, you can't see anything, right? Too much when you first turn the light on. If you're trying to be inconspicuous or you're doing just some light work, you don't need to see much. This is all you need. And then you can go up from there. So then we have the little button on the side. So this is to turn the actual pin light on. And then this is how you run through your functions. So for pin light, now it's hard for you to see my face. Even harder. Even harder. Look at that. So it has multiple settings. And then, of course, if I hold it, then I could strobe you. And this light strobes very bright. And then, of course, we're back down to, nearly nothing using this light. And so, yeah, I like this because it has the type of functions that I like a light to have. Also, it's battery operated. Um, I I dare to say that I would choose more of a battery operated light than a chargeable light, just because you don't know how much charge you have left in a chargeable light unless it has an indicator like the Yimeo, the white light that I showed you. Unless it has an indicator, you don't know how much life you have left inside of a light. So, but if you put a new pair of batteries inside of a battery operated light, then you know that you have quite a bit of time before that light goes dead, especially if it's waterproof, which this is also waterproof. So not only does this have four light modes, it starts out low, medium, high, ultra high, and then strobe, but it's battery operated, it's waterproof, and yeah, I just like that. And then it also has the little clip on there. The only two things I would change about this, the Through Night Archer, is that I wish that it had maybe like a glow in the dark ring. I wish all my lights had a glow in the dark ring on them, where you can kind of identify your lights in the dark or find them while it was dark. And I wish that this had a red light on it. That's what would make this thing a perfect light, and maybe some rubber on it. That would make this thing the ultimate light. Drop proof, uh, a little glow in the dark ring, and then a red light on it. That's what would make this the perfect light to me. But that's it, guys. That's all I got. Like I said, it's late here. Um, I just want to bring a little content. I'm going to run through all these lights, kind of just. I know you've probably seen how bright they are, but I'll just kind of show them to you briefly. We'll try to run through about 20 seconds of that, and then that'll be it. So I'll catch you guys next time, and I appreciate you stopping by. Good night.